Hi guys, you wanted me to make a video of how I make apple butter. Here goes. These are, there's a very large bag as you can see. It's a pound, 1.72 pounds. I'll talk in a minute. I get them at my local Amish store, Sunny Valley. And it was about $13 just for the apples. Now the first thing I do whenever I get a bag of apples, because like I said, you never know what kind you've got, is rip off a small piece and taste of it. Now the taste is going to be more intense because it is dried. These are very sweet, so I don't have to put a lot of sugar. You've got to adjust how much sugar you actually put in it by how tart or how sweet your apples are. These are pretty sweet, so I won't have to use near as much sugar, which is always a plus. And the ingredients I use, as you will see, is apples, sugar, cinnamon, sometimes apple pie spice if I have it. I don't right now, so I'm just going to put cinnamon in it, and some Sure-jell. That's it for the most part. This will take me about a half an hour to go through and make sure there's nothing unwanted in there, like peelings. They're sweet. These are very sweet. If I had a guess, I would say these were Bread Delicious. I mean, they're that sweet. And that's the thing of this. I cannot write down a recipe. I can tell you what to put in it. But you've got to continually taste of it. You'll see what I mean momentarily, but for the most part, yeah. I'm going to put these in a pot, cover them with water. We're going to boil them a while. I'll tell you how long. You can see I've put them in a pot. This is about a 5 to 6 quart stock pot for that much apples. And I have filled it to where the water covers the apples. I'm going to turn this on high and boil this until the apples have absorbed most of their, starting to double in size, boiling furiously. And you take a spoon and knock them down in there and kind of stir them a little bit. The more you stir, the more apples are going to get broken up. So I usually just try to push them like that underneath the water. It has only been 13 minutes since I started. And look how much bigger they've already gotten. Okay, here we are 10 minutes later. It has absorbed quite a bit. The water, see, there's not a whole lot left in there. And the apples are starting to plump. We're still on high. The full rolling boil, but I think I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Not much. I'm going to add just a little bit. Cups of water, and believe you me, this will all absorb before it's over with, but you want enough water in it to where it's boiling, and yes, this does bring your temperature down, but oh well, to it's boiling until they're all tender and sort of squished on the side of the pan. As you can see, still remains pretty much a whole apple, so it's so not ready. So keep it at a rolling boil. We are now at 25 minutes boiling. Just keep it rolling boil till your apples get done, okay? It has now been 35 minutes, and as you can see, most of the water has boiled away, okay? The squish test with the apples. It squishes. Doesn't squish all the way. It is tender. Then cut your heat to medium. And I need to taste. Hang on just a second. Clean that up in a minute. You always want to taste, and continually taste, because depending on what kind of apples this is, I really don't know. I'm suspecting Red Delicious as sweet as it was. You've got to put your sugar in accordingly. So it won't take much sugar. There is no really set way of doing this. Also, I'm going to be using fructose. Now, I got this at my local Amish store as well. This is fruit sugar derived. I'll talk in a minute. This is sugar derived from fruit. It doesn't raise a person's blood sugar level. Good gravy. Blood sugar level as high as regular sugar. And it's like using artificial sugar, which you can use. You use half as much. Okay? I'm going to measure out probably about 3/4 of a cup for this big stock pot full, and then we'll get to tasting. And here's the cinnamon I use. Just plain old pure ground cinnamon. And I had to clean up the apple too. Okay, so I've got roughly 3/4 of a cup sugar. Because like I said, you don't need as much if you use fructose or artificial sweetener. You just stir this in. It's still boiling pretty hot, so I'm going to cut the heat down to medium low. I need it to cook, but not boil now. These apples are pretty much done. There, it's calming down. Okay. Now we're going to throw some cinnamon in it. And I don't measure, but I would assume about, it'll come out, a tablespoon to begin with. That looks about right. It smells good up in here. And you stir it all in. Make sure you stir it very well. It's hard to stir and he's a cameraman at the same time. Now we let this cook down for a little while. As you see, it rose up and got tall when it swelled up, and as it cooks down, it'll go down, 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 but this will make quite a bit. I'll tell y'all how much in the end. And the key is to taste, taste, taste. With a clean spoon every time, please. Starting to jelly up. I still haven't put the Sure-jell in it yet. That's all this is apples, water, sugar, cinnamon, and a tad of Sure-jell just to make it emulsify. Let's see here. Tasting once again. That was with 3/4 of a cup of fructose and about a tablespoon of cinnamon. Let's see what's going on. Oh, enough sugar, no more. That's sweet enough because I had very sweet apples. But we're gonna hit it with the cinnamon. Probably another tablespoon. You put in it however much you want. It doesn't matter. It's to your taste. I like lots and lots of cinnamon in mine. And from here, I have it on low because I had to change the pots, and this one had to come to temp. And we stir. And the more you stir, the more your apples are going to break up. But I like a lump or two of apple in mine when you get a bite. But a little more squished up than this. So I'm going to stir for a little bit, and then we'll get back with the time. Okay, our apples have cooked down quite a bit, and as you see, they're still chunks of apples, but it's pretty mushed up. Now, like I said, you could take a wand mixer and really pulverize this, but I don't like it like that. I'm going to turn the heat off, and the screeching you're hearing is my dryer. Evidently, the belt's going bad. This is what I put in it. You can use the powdered stuff, it's fine. This is just what I had. I'll probably use about half of this, because if I use all of it, it will turn this to jelly. You don't want jelly, you just want something to preserve it. And it's at this time that I get my jars and everything ready. And you boil your lids. Get them, see, I've got it screaming going. You boil them. Keep them hot, because this is what will help seal your jars. And what kind of jars can you use? Well, a mason jar, pint jar, little jelly jars. This is a jar from the store, even. Just whatever you've got, you can put it. Just make sure you boil your lids first and keep them hot while you're doing it. And yes, you will need a pair of tongs, because that will burn the crap out of you. Now, you do not have to jar it. You don't have to can it. You could put it in quart baggies and freeze it. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to can it. And I will be freezing some of this, because this is all the jars I've got, and I've got a heck of a lot of apple butter. So these jars will probably be given away. And then what I have in the freezer, I usually make dried apple pies with. I'll make another video on that whenever I go to doing that. I will only be using half of this Sure-jell, and the other half, I've got a bag of frozen blueberries in my freezer. And you go through the exact same process. You know, you put your sugar in it, you cook them down, then you put these up. You can strain that to get the skin out. If you don't like the skin, turn it into pure jelly. Whatever you want, it's up to you. It's just, and at this time, I have been doing this for approximately an hour. So it's not like it takes a long time. The swelling up of the apples, the cooking of the apples takes 90% of your time. Jarring it and whatnot is not a big deal. Well, after I get it jarred, I will come right back to y'all, because I'm not about to try to film and scald the crap out of myself. Okay, one thing I should have told you about your jars, reusing them. Make sure there is no chips. And after you get your apple butter in there, get your lid out. Hot, hot, hot. And put it on there. Okay. Yeah, your apples are hot. Your lids are hot, so it's hot. Just hand tight. Do not torque this down at all. Just hand tight. Okay? Set all your jars together, and the residual heat from them will cause it to can, and you'll start hearing little pops. And the little pops is the middle sealing. Okay? Just make sure there's no chips, no cuts, and no dirt. I keep a paper towel handy, because when you're doing this, you make a mess. And yeah, see? All over the edge. I've got a canning ring. It's unfortunately at my friend's house, which is the last place I made apple butter, and I have left my canning ring that was my grandmother's there. Just get you a paper towel, wipe it off, and make sure it is clean. 100% clean. Okay, I gotta work fast here. See you in a minute. So I've got all of them done, but this one. And I wanted to tell y'all, because this one's not going to be a full jar, sadly. See how there is air pockets? You want to get those air pockets out of there as much as possible. Just bang on the bottom, and it'll be all right. Now, out of this, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 pints, and about 1 3/4 quarts. And that's how much apples it made. I thought I'd have some to freeze, but evidently not. Make sure your rings are hot, boiling, and your apples are hot, and it'll can itself. You don't have to put it in a pressure cooker or anything like that. And that's how you make apple butter. Bye, y'all.